Here's something you may not know. If a girl isn't telling you that was the best she's ever had, then you're probably not that good at it. Your value as a man is mixed up into how good you are in the bedroom. If you can go down well, she will get absolutely addicted to you. I don't know about you, but that's really important to me. I want every single girl to be like, Mark, you're the best I've ever had. I'm gonna teach you exactly what to do. Don't be intimidated, even if yes, it looks like a demonic sea creature sitting on the beach and you gotta go lick that thing and you think it's gonna grab onto your face and rip your nose off. How to go down on a girl, how to lick that clam chop, how to make you the best dude that's ever gone down on her. I'm gonna teach you that today. Don't miss this shit, man.
Welcome to the Unapologetic Man Podcast, the only podcast that's all about self-improvement, confidence, success, women, and being a man without making any apologies for it.
What is up, you champions? Happy Monday. I hope the weekend treated you well. And do you, brother, know how to go down on a girl properly? What I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you the Mark Sing Masterclass on how to go down on a girl, how to give her cunnilingus, how to make her look like, yes, a screaming demon that just got hit with a tornado. Liam, I'd like to see you try to find a picture of a screaming demon that got hit by a tornado. Maybe you can ask ChatGPT to roger that up for us. But gentlemen, if you've noticed, I've been doing video lately. If you haven't checked that out yet, please go over to YouTube or even to Spotify. My videos are on point. I got different camera angles going. I got all kinds of cool B-roll going on. Of course, we have the trailers that talk about what we are going to talk about. And I'd very much appreciate your support where that's concerned, especially on YouTube, which is growing slower than pond water. It's moving slower than a glacier. It's moving slower than a grandma at a fucking library trying to check out a book while you're late for a meeting and you're stuck behind her. But it is still gaining views compared to my podcast, which now has 6 million downloads. It's funny to me that some of my podcast episodes get like 300 on YouTube. I don't know why the hell they sandbox me. Probably because I'm speaking about masculine topics, how to be a man, and maybe even sexual topics. But it is what it is. Your support there still is very much appreciated. Please subscribe. Please like. Please comment. I'm trying to reply to comments, especially on Spotify. I reply to all comments, so your participation there is much appreciated. All right, boys, we got a lot to get through. How to go down on a girl, how to lick that clam chop to make her look like, yes, that screaming demon that just got hit with the tornado, how to make you the best dude that's ever gone down on her. I'm going to teach you that today. Now, I must admit, I'm just a man, and I have only gone down on a lot of girls. But maybe I'm not the best in the world when it comes to this. I'm just telling you what I found through my own experience. I'm telling you what I've studied. And yes, I've read a lot of books about it. I'm telling you what's worked for me. Here's something you may not know. If a girl isn't telling you that was the best she's ever had, then you're probably not that good at it. I hate to deflate you. I hate to pop your balloon like your boner going down when you see an old grandma, but that's the truth, man. You have to fucking knock it out. Now, here's the cool thing about going down on women. If you can go down well, and I personally believe if you follow the tips I'm about to teach you today, you will go down well. If you do it well, she will get absolutely addicted to you. For those girls who like this, they fucking like it. Just like you guys who like to get blowjobs, you fucking like to get blowjobs. And me too. I raise my hand. I definitely volunteer. I love getting blowjobs. There's almost nothing better, unless she sucks at it. But you are going to be amazing at giving head. And the first tip, boys, is just that. You have to pretend like you love giving head. You have to pretend that it absolutely turns you on, even if, yes, it looks like a demonic sea creature sitting on the beach and you got to go lick that thing and you think it's going to grab onto your face and rip your nose off. I know they look intimidating. The first time I saw a vagina, I was like, what the fuck is that thing? How do I deal with this thing? And I was like licking around the hole, and I probably accidentally licked her butthole a little bit because I was so goddamn clueless. I'm going to teach you exactly what to do. Don't be intimidated. And that's the first tip, boys. Pretend like you love it. You have to make her feel comfortable because a woman reaching an orgasm is literally 80% mental. 80% mental, 20% your technique. That includes you building her up, you making her feel sexy, you making her feel comfortable, you making it seem like you absolutely love licking the clam, even though, yes, sometimes it smells like a burnt taco that got shit on by a sumo wrestler or a tuna that was left inside a bottle inside your trunk of the car for 13 months. I've smelled some horrible vaginas, and here's a quick tip before we get into the cunnilingus part. The best way to check to see if a girl is able to be gone down on is to do the old karate chop maneuver. When you're making out with her, take your hand on her inner thigh, move it up into her vagina, and kind of rub on it with this part of your hand, kind of the index finger part of your hand. And then very innocently, not as if it's very obvious, kind of scratch your nose and sniff and see if it stinks. If it's bad as you pretend to scratch your nose, but you're actually doing the sniff test, then my recommendation is do not go down on her. This part of the training always reminds me of my best friend's dad when we were kids. He's like, son, if you can't eat it, don't fuck it. And we're like, thank you, Mr. Britton. That is really good advice. And it's advice that I've taken from that day forward. Unfortunately, some girls don't really have the best hygiene, but that smell, it's literally bacteria. Now, there should be some smell, just like your balls stink after you play football or soccer, but it shouldn't smell like really bad, like a burnt tuna or something that is rotting in the sun, which sometimes they will smell like that. So I always check it first. I always recommend, even when you're down kissing on her belly, to do a flyby to make sure that it doesn't smell really pungent, because in my opinion, there's probably some bacteria down there or even some possible disease down there. Guys, I have seen some nasty shit. I have smelled some vaginas that were like, oh my hell. You could fucking clear a house in Afghanistan full of Taliban by throwing into it a bottle full of this pushy juice. And because I did the flyby and the old karate chop maneuver, I didn't go down on her. Actually, with those girls, I usually wouldn't have sex with them because it's like hygienic, right? But there should be some smell. Deal with it. Pretend you absolutely love it. And this goes back to my previous episode. If you didn't hear it, I'd strongly suggest you listen to it. One of which is how to build sexual tension with the girl. The other one is how to get a blowjob. Do not sleep on those. They're extremely important. But guys, it's definitely ideal to first talk about going down on her before you actually do it. Just like it's ideal to get her to talk about going down on you before she actually does it. And this is the time you guys can explore together. Does she like it rough? Does she like it soft? Does she like it this certain way? How about inserting your fingers? Has anybody ever hit her G-spot? Does she know where her G-spot is? So everything I'm going to tell you today kind of works within what she prefers. This is a very general lesson for the masses. You're obviously not my coaching client, so I can't teach you this one-on-one. If you did come into my program, obviously you'd get that tailored advice. But since this is for the masses, I'm going to give a general layout. Now, if you're a woman listening, don't sit there scoffing at me being like, oh, that would never work on me. I would hate it if he did that. I have done this to many, many women, and it seems to work pretty fucking well. So maybe you're different. Maybe you're an outlier. Maybe you don't like to have your clit licked slowly and to have fingers inserted into you, moving slowly in and out with the rhythm of the licking and building as you build closer to orgasm. Maybe you don't like that. I doubt it, but maybe you don't like that. So again, this is a general for the masses piece of advice. Take it if you like it, leave it if you don't. But here's the thing, boys. Again, I'm just a guy. I do not claim to be a sex coach. I claim to be a dating coach. I'm the dude who gets you the sex. To actually have the sex like a fucking champion, you need to go to a sex coach, which I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. Stay tuned. All right. So we're assuming that you have her in bed, legs are open, you're about to go down on her. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff leading up to that. Yeah, I teach about it a little bit in this podcast, but all of which in my 3-month coaching program. But this is a Cunnilingus Masterclass, so we're going to cut to the chase. She's on the bed, her legs are spread, you're ready to go. The first and most important thing, as I mentioned, is to make her feel safe, make her feel sexy, say that her body is amazing, say you love going down on her, you can't wait, you're really turned on. This is the time to really pour it on. I always give you guys the 80-100 rule, which states, don't give her too much. But in this case, if you're not building her up, if you're not making her feel sexy, if you're not saying that fucking clam chop is the nectar of the gods and you cannot wait to lick it, you're making a mistake because it could make her feel uncomfortable. I've had many girls say, hey, can you turn off the lights? Or hey, could I cover up with some covers? Or could you actually go under the covers? They're insecure, boys. Just like a lot of you are. A lot of you are like a little bit shy about your body. Maybe you don't like the way you look. You're worried if your dick smells like an old sausage that was left outside the ballpark. And you're like, is she going to be grossed out? She's feeling the same way. So you need to encourage her. It's all mental. And here's a huge thing, boys. When you're doing it, tell her to take her time and don't come. Now, this seems counterintuitive because we want her to come. But what do I always say? Seduction, as well as sex, is oftentimes very counterintuitive. When you tell somebody not to do something, they're going to feel relaxed, like they don't have to try to push themselves to come, therefore making coming way more likely to happen. If you're like, okay, I want you to come, I can't stand this, it hurts the bottom of my tongue, and my fucking arm gets sore from finger blasting you the whole time, can you come quickly? She's not going to come. So what you need to do is be like, hey, I love doing this. I really want to take my time down there and just make out with your essence is what I always say. They love that shit. Don't come, okay? Like try not to come because I really want to go down there for a long time. Well, in your head, you're like, oh my hell, dude, I hope I could get this over with within a few minutes. But here's another truth, boys. It takes most girls a long time and you have to spend a long time with foreplay. I'm talking kissing her neck, kissing her boobs, licking inside her thigh, licking her tummy. Finally, you're working down. And once again, I suggest a flyby. You're kissing her tummy or inner thigh a little bit. And you're like, oh my God, dude, it smells really bad. Abort, abort, abort. You'll have the opportunity to do so. But if you do the flyby and everything looks good and you're ready to go in, you take off her underwear. Now, obviously, boys, during this, you can move the underwear aside. You can play with it a little bit, put the underwear back on. It's all about teasing. But we're getting to the point where you take the underwear off, under the butt, over the legs, off the feet, huck it into the ceiling fan. It gets launched into the light and catches the room on fire. We're going to avoid that whole point. But take off her underwear. Then what you do is you lick up one inner thigh, and then you go across her lips with your tongue and lick down the other inner thigh. Then you lick up the other inner thigh again, kind of stay around her lips a little bit, kiss her lips a little bit, then back down the inner thigh. Sometimes I'll come all the way back up and lick her tits a little bit, kiss her neck, go back down. I'm talking anticipation, boys. Anticipation is the precursor to orgasm. And I really want you to remember that. If you dive straight into it, you're like, dude, I just want to get this over with so I can get my sick duct. I just want to get the blowjob. Hurry the fuck up. She's not going to come. And honestly, you're not going to be the best she's ever had. Patience, taking your time, going slow. Lick around her lips. As she's getting more and more turned on, sometimes the lips will open naturally, but sometimes you get those like massive meat curtains that look like roast beef sandwiches all pushed together, and you have to like peel them apart a little bit. But most of the time, she's pretty turned on. You don't have to like peel them apart. Like they're like stuck together and you're fighting it. You're like, here, grab one of them and I'll grab the other and I'll tie a rope to one that's going to be on a pulley on the other side of the room so we can open this thing up. Sometimes they open, sometimes they don't. But once you get her really turned on, you've been teasing her for, I'd say 15, 20 minutes, boys. And that includes making out, kissing her neck, kissing her tits, going down her leg, on her stomach, kissing everywhere. That's like 15, 20 minutes of foreplay. You really need to do that. Once it's time and once she's turned on, you can open the lips. Then what I suggest you do is one single long lick of the clitoris. Now, for those of you who don't know, the clitoris is at the top. It looks like a little bean underneath the hood of a car. And eventually we're going to lift up the hood. But the first lick, which should be slow, and you can actually use the soft part of your tongue, which is kind of on the side, which is what I always do, the softest part of my tongue. I'll lick up it really slowly without lifting the hood because some girls get really sensitive. Some girls are sensitive, some aren't. What I found is it depends how much they've masturbated, particularly with the vibrator. Girls who hit the vibrator hard, it's been desensitized, and you can lift the hood pretty much right off the beginning. Girls who haven't done that, in my experience, once again, if you're a female listening, don't hate on me if this isn't true for you. But in my experience, girls who haven't masturbated a lot are sensitive down there, if you lift the hood too soon, it could be like too much, right? Like when a girl does something weird with the head of your penis and you're like, whoa, slow down. Some of us take longer than others. Okay, so the one lick, and then sometimes what I'll do if I'm really motivated, and usually, as you know, my motivation comes from how hot she is, I'll lick up her tummy and then lick her titties and then come back down and lick it again. So I'll do like this like big circle. Holy hell, that turns them on. So once you've done that, you kind of gauge her. Hopefully you've spoken to her a little bit about it, but if not, you could use this basic system where you basically just want to lick the clit over and over again in a rhythm, starting very slow and soft and building pressure and speed as you go based on how she's moving. Now, girls will oftentimes move around a lot. The worst thing you could do is like follow her hips with your face, trying to stay on the same pressure. The reason she's moving is she's trying to move away from pressure or into pressure or move to a spot where she wants you to lick her more. Some girls convulse. I get it. You kind of have to judge it. But what I would always try to do is stay relatively in the same position and let her move to where she wants to be, licking consistently in a rhythmic kind of way, right? Like up, down. And what you want to do is you want to use the part of your tongue that's probably like an inch back from the tip. Don't just flick the bean with the tip of your tongue. Instead, make your tongue real soft, real gentle, wide, and about an inch or two back from the tip, if that makes sense. So you're licking right on the clit with that soft part of your tongue. Sometimes I'll even lick with the side of my tongue, as I mentioned, because I feel like it's softer. Did you know in that little tiny clit, which is oftentimes the size of like a small pea, let's say, there's as many nerves in that clit as there are in your entire penis. Can you imagine having your entire penis shrunk down to this little fucking bean and some girls licking on it? First of all, it'd feel amazing, right? Secondly, though, it could be sensitive. So you need to judge her and see what she likes. The hood of the clit is exactly as it sounds. It's a hood that goes over it. Looks like this if you're watching on video, and you could actually lift it back to expose the clit. But in the beginning, I don't lift it too much, as I said, unless of course I know that she's a little bit desensitized and it's not gonna like be too much. So you lick the clit very consistently, just up and down. And what you kind of do is kind of move your head in a yes pattern as you go up and down. Probably moving, I haven't really thought about this, but probably moving like 3 inches up, 3 inches down, 3 inches up, 3 inches down in a rhythmic way. Now, here's something else you can do that is absolutely amazing. I have had girls fucking freak out when I do this. They tell me it feels so amazingly good to them, and I have brought many girls to orgasm with this technique alone. Before I jump into that, boys, want to make a quick announcement that you may have heard on my previous podcasts. On Saturday, September 27th at 2:30 p.m. Mountain Time, my good friend Kirsten Trammell and I are having a sex masterclass. This is a special 2-hour event that's taking place once again on Saturday, September 27th at 2:30. If you can't make the time, you still get a recording of it. But as you're going through this masterclass on Cunnilingus, this episode, I admit to you, man, I'm not a sex coach. This is just my layman's pickup artist, guy with a lot of experience with women, opinion and experience. If you want the creme de la creme information, you have to come to this masterclass. And boys, it's only $97 and we have a money back guarantee. She is going to reveal all her secrets too. Go down on her like a champion. Have sex with her like a fucking superhero. Last as long as you want to. Come on command. Make you the best sex every single girl has ever had. I don't know about you, but that's really important to me. I want every single girl to be like, Mark, you're the best I've ever had. And I'm just being honest with you, boys. I've heard that many times, but I haven't heard it every time. So now that Kirsten is doing this masterclass, I'm fucking taking notes. I want to be the best. I want to go up to the next level. What about you? If you want that, $97. Are you seriously so cheap? You want to invest $97 into your future with women? Your value as a man is mixed up into how good you are in the bedroom. So I'm going to teach you some stuff today, but I'm being honest with you, man. Again, just my layman experience. If you want the real secrets, you need to come to this masterclass. And if you can't make it, you still get a recording of it. It's the first link in the description below. Click that, get your ticket before they sell out and before the prices go up. All right, boys, back into it. So what I do is I'll go first with my top lip up the clit. Then I'll hit it with my tongue up the clip, and then I'll rub my bottom lip up the clit, and then I'll come back down. Bottom lip, tongue, top lip. Go back up. Top lip, tongue, bottom lip. Go back down. Bottom lip, tongue, top lip. Keeping them nice and moist. Oh my hell. I have had girls fucking explode with that. And I haven't even gotten into what I do with my fingers yet. Stay tuned for that. So in the beginning, one quick lick up the clit. God, that was hard to say. Teasing her. Do it a couple more times. Then we get started. We go real slow. We go real soft, but we keep a rhythm. As she gets more turned on, you could use that technique with the lips. As she gets more turned on, and you can kind of start to feel the wetness around the general area, even near the clit, increase. There's just something that happens, like more blood goes down there. It gets wet. There's just this change where you can feel she's really sinking deep into it and she's really, really turned on. That's when you insert your fingers. First thing you want to do, I always lick my finger, make it wet, insert it just a little bit, start going in and out very gently in rhythm with your mouth. So as you go up with your mouth, your hand goes in. As you go down, it goes out, and they stay together in that rhythm. Then as she gets more turned on, you could go a little bit deeper. I would say the most depth you want to go in is probably your entire finger, because if you go too far, you could hit the cervix. And while Kirsten Trammell is going to teach you how to bring girls to fucking seismic orgasms by playing with the cervix, I never messed with it. I didn't even know you could do that until I read Kirsten Trammell's presentation. And I was like, what? The cervix? And apparently it's like a whole field that I knew nothing about. So again, I'm not an expert. I'm an expert dating coach, but I'm not an expert at sex. I'm just pretty good at it. And I'm going to get way better once I see this masterclass. I hope you're there too, man. If you miss it, just imagine me and all the other boys are going to know what you don't. And we're going to have a leg up on you. Don't miss this shit, man. Believe me, you want to attend. So you're rhythmically going, and depending on how tight she is, you can insert 2 fingers. Some chicks, you can insert 3. Some chicks, you can fist that chick. You can stick your elbow in there, man. Stick your leg up that thing. It depends on how she is and what she wants. Usually 2 fingers is enough. So as you're going, you're doing rhythms, right? Going in with the fingers as your mouth goes up, going out with the fingers as your mouth goes down, keeping the rhythm, increasing tempo and pressure as she builds towards orgasm. How do you know she's building towards orgasm? You can hear it, bro. She starts squirming. She starts breathing heavy. She starts moaning. It's really fucking sexy. Her legs will spread more. She starts pushing into you or pulling away from you, really getting into it. You could tell you're getting there. As you get better, as you get more experience, you'll just know. First couple times with the girl, you're always kind of questioning, but also once you get more experience with that particular girl, you get better at it. But generally speaking, we're building up, just like getting a blowjob, right? She starts slow, she's licking all around, then she might bring in her hand, then she starts going into the rhythm, and as you get closer, it's like harder and faster. It's the same thing with girls. So as she gets close, and this is really hard to teach, but in my opinion, it's like 2 minutes away, 3 minutes away, 5 minutes away, whatever it is, I go for the G-spot. The way to go for the G-spot is to curl your fingers upward, basically towards her belly button. So if your finger's inside of her, your wrist is going to be facing up towards the ceiling. You're going to curl your fingers a little bit, and you're looking for this kind of rough patch that's probably 2 to 3 inches in on the top of the vagina. It's this weird different piece of skin or tissue that when you get good, you can usually find it. That's up towards the top. And this is the hook of doom. Okay. Anytime I insert the hook of doom, they spray like a fucking sea creature trying to get me off of them. I've actually been sprayed in the face, backflips into the back wall. I'm just kidding. It's not called the hook of doom. There is no name for it. I'm just kidding. I've never been sprayed in the face and hit the back wall. I have been sprayed in the chin though before. That's a whole different story, boys. Oh my hell, this chick fucking sprayed. She's like, I feel like I have to pee. And then, dude, I'm just getting sprayed like golden shower, but it was clear. It was hot and horrible. So you curl up, you're starting to rub the G-spot, and oh my God, boys, this will bring them to fucking orgasm. Keep the rhythm going with your tongue right on the clit. What happens right before orgasm? This clit goes back under the hood. So what happens is you got the clit exposed. because you're going to put your hand kind of on her mons pubis, I think it's called. It's the area just above her clit, and kind of put pressure on the skin, pulling that clit back. And you're going to do that a few minutes into your cunnilingus, assuming that's what she wants. You can even ask her, could I pull back your hood? Could I lick your clit? Yeah, go for it. Then you put your hand there. I usually have my hand under their legs like over my shoulder. Then I have my hand kind of above their vagina. And with my thumb, I pull back the skin and I hold it there. And then I sit there licking it as my left hand is either penetrating, or I do it the opposite way with my right hand is usually how I'll do it. Or I'll do it the opposite way with my right hand, depending on if I'm feeling like a switch hitter that day. So you're going rhythmically. She's about to hit orgasm. Then you do the curl of doom. Is that what I called it? The hook of doom. Rub that G-spot, not too hard, but still some pressure. But gauge her and how she's feeling about it. Then you're rubbing on that G-spot as you're licking the clit. Boom, she has a massive orgasm, and you are named the walking G-spot on Facebook because you're a fucking champion. Then you come to the masterclass with the hot and sexy Kirsten Trammell, and she gives you all her secrets. Brother, you are going to be named Legendary Coxman of the Year for 2025 on Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble. Every girl is going to want to get into your bed because you came into the sex masterclass. Take away the L and turn it into a C, which means champion. You're a big winner, man. You're walking into bars and you're saying, yeah, girl, I went to the sex masterclass on September 27th at 2:30 p.m. Mountain Time. I learned all the secrets of Kirsten Trammell. And the girls are like, oh my God, take me now. They jump in the air, take off their panties, triple backflip, gainer, swan dive right onto your dick because you're a fucking legend. So boys, come to the masterclass, click the link right now. I hope what I taught you about going down on a girl is effective for you. There's a lot of other strategies, most of which are going to be revealed in this masterclass, but that's a really basic rundown from the layman, from the pickup artist, who hasn't been formally trained as a sex coach, but has definitely gotten my dick wet more than once, twice a week, and 3 times on Sunday. And that's what's going to happen for you too. If you sign up for my coaching program, the most important thing, come to the fucking masterclass on the 27th, keep listening to my podcast, get a tattoo of me on your butt, get a life-size statue of me in your backyard with late champion chiseled in the granite beneath my feet, and your life will be taken to the next level. Take the L and turn it into a C, brother. Become a fucking champion. Come to my masterclasses, sign up for my program. Join the Unapologetic Man Army and see how it changes your life. So boys, once again, thank you so much for listening. I drop podcasts on Mondays and Thursdays, and I will see you in the next episode.